Hello and welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're having a great week. Now let's turn to the stories that we have for you today. Lincoln Memorial University is aware of the situation involving a missing student investigation that is being handled by the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office. On Monday, the Sheriff's Office issued a be on the lookout for the student. Veronica Casiato was last seen on Thursday around 12:45 on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University. There is currently no clothing description, but she was last seen leaving in her white 2010 Toyota Corolla. The vehicle is four-door with Sevier County plates 1 David 66 Robert 8. Casiato stands 5 foot 3 inches tall, weighs 125 pounds, has short brown hair and green eyes. The Lincoln Memorial University Police Department is working closely with the Claiborne County Sheriff's Office on the case, and they are in the beginning stages into the process of an ongoing investigation. Now, LMU Community TV News will continue to follow the investigation and bring you the very latest developments as they are released. Now, remember, if you see Casiato or her vehicle, contact authorities immediately. Family and friends of missing Tennessee teen Elizabeth Thomas say they hope that the public does not forget about her. Now, Monday has marked 1 month since the teen was last seen in Columbia, Tennessee. A vigil was held last Sunday for her in Columbia that drew about 100 people to the town square. The organizers say that the events like these aren't about mourning, but rather for praying and pleading for Elizabeth's safe return. Elizabeth's sister made a plea telling her that they need her home, and her brother said that they remain in disbelief that this could have happened to her. Her father wanted the public to know that Elizabeth is not better off out there, but better off at home in the community of people who love and care about her. Now, over the weekend, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation confirmed that the pair was spotted in Oklahoma City. They were spotted at a Walmart on Interstate 240 East on March 15th. Cummins used cash to pay for food, and the surveillance photo was taken 2 days after the alleged kidnapping happened. In the photos, Thomas appears to have red hair, and Cummins' hair is dyed darker. Cummins is charged with kidnapping the 15-year-old on March 13th and remains on the Tennessee's top most wanted list. Elizabeth Thomas is a 15-year-old white female. She has hazel eyes and stands 5 feet tall, weighing approximately 120 pounds. She was last seen wearing a flannel shirt and black leggings. Cummins is a 6 foot tall white man who weighs around 200 pounds. He has brown hair and brown eyes, and he is believed to be armed with 2 handguns. Now, it remains unknown if they are still traveling in Cummins' silver Nissan Rogue with Tennessee tag 976ZPT. Now, anyone who sees them should call 1-800-TBI-FIND. The Abraham Lincoln Library and Museum saw more than just people wanting to tour the museum Monday morning. A vehicle pulled into the parking lot and then engulfed in flames. Several community members came to be spectators as the Harrogate and Cumberland Gap volunteer fire departments worked to put out the flames. There was no other damage to the area other than the car being on fire. The incident does remain under investigation, and there were no injuries to report. A local business owner was arrested for the 5th time while in court in just over 2 months. He was in court on charges of passing a worthless check over $2,500 and was served a warrant from Knox County for a theft charge. 36-year-old Adam Payne was in Claiborne County General Sessions Court on April 4th, awaiting a hearing on previous charges when he was served the warrant by Detective Corporal Jeremy Myers of the Tazewell Police Department. Payne was served a warrant taken out in Knox County General Sessions Court by Detective Tim Atchley of the Knox County Sheriff's Office. According to the affidavit of complaint, Payne committed the offense of theft of property between $10,000 and $60,000. Now, this charge is a Class C felony. It goes on to state, on November 15th of last year, a man reported to the auto theft unit of the Knox County Sheriff's Department that a piece of construction equipment had been allegedly stolen by Payne earlier that month. Payne was taken into custody Tuesday and lodged in the Claiborne County Jail. He was being held for extradition to Knox County as of Wednesday morning. His bail in Knox County was set at $16,000. Payne was arrested for the fourth time while he appeared in court on March 30th, awaiting his hearing on other previous charges. Payne, who is the owner of P&P Grading and the former chief of the Springdale Volunteer Fire Department, was also arrested on February 15th, March 13th, and March 23rd, all on similar complaints. Payne was arrested February 15th and charged with passing a worthless check over $2,500. On March 13th, he was arrested again for allegedly passing another worthless check. Now that charge stems from the alleged forgery of a check valued at $9,945 in an effort to pay off a financial lien on his business. Payne was charged March 13th for passing a worthless check over $2,500 and arrested on March 23rd and charged with another passing of a worthless check over $10,000. All four charges are felonies under the Tennessee law. Payne was arraigned and released on a $5,000 bail in Claiborne County, and it is unknown when he is scheduled to appear in court in Knox County. We'll keep it right here because we have more news coming up right after the break, so don't go anywhere.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham-bam minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high-five.
Welcome back. On Friday night, Middlesboro Dispatch received a call about someone threatening a Middlesboro resident with a knife. The caller stated that the threats were coming from 30-year-old Joshua Shackelford, who had left the residence. According to reports, officers made contact with Shackelford in regards to the incident, as well as outstanding warrants for trespassing on Middlesboro Housing Authority property while being banned from the property since August of last year. Shackelford was in a vehicle and refused to comply with orders from the officers, and due to not obeying them, he was forcefully removed from the vehicle and then handcuffed. During a search, officers found a spoon with residue that tested positive for methamphetamine and a syringe that was placed in his right front pocket. A large stainless steel knife was also located in the passenger seat of the vehicle. Now, officers also arrested Shackelford's girlfriend, Whitney Kane, who filed the complaint against him. Kane and 33-year-old Robert Coffey were in the road near the home. Kane was found to be manifestly under the influence, and Coffey was found to have outstanding warrants for his arrest. They were all arrested and lodged in the Bell County Detention Center. They are all still currently being held there with no bonds. An Everett's man who allegedly escaped from sheriff's deputies on Wednesday was apprehended last Thursday. 37-year-old Billy Wynn was apprehended after police received a tip concerning his whereabouts. According to Harlan County Sheriff's Chief Deputy Matt Cope, information was obtained and Wynn was located shortly after 2 o'clock at a residence in Bailey's Creek near Everett's. Harlan County Sheriff Leslie Smith explained Wynn escaped while being transported from a court appearance to the Harlan County Detention Center, where he was incarcerated for a probation violation. Smith said the van transporting Wynn and 2 bailiffs had 9 other prisoners, and when they pulled up to the Sally Port at the Harlan County Detention Center and waiting for the door to open, Wynn kicked the glass out of the door of the van, reached through and unlatched the door. Smith said Wynn had somehow managed to remove his leg restraints before he fled. He explained Wynn fled across the river toward the Aegis community. Smith said there was an incident at the ATV park near the entrance of Everett's, which nearly resulted in his escape, but he managed to remain free. Wynn was apprehended on Thursday by Harlan County Sheriff's deputies. The Everett City Police Department also assisted at the scene. Well, a Middlesboro man was charged with arson on Friday in connection with a March 9th fire at a local police officer's residence. According to a news release from the Middlesboro Police Department, 33-year-old Alfie Witherspoon was served with a warrant and arrested at the Knox County Detention Center. He is currently being held on multiple drug trafficking charges. The warrant served included charges of second-degree arson, which is a Class B felony, and retaliating against a participant in the legal process, which is a Class D felony. Witherspoon is being held on a $500,000 cash bond, and the release states that approximately at 9:45 on March 19th, the Middlesboro Fire and Police personnel were notified of a structure fire in the 500 block of Lotherby Avenue. Upon arrival, those responding discovered that a house owned by Middlesboro police officer Barry Cowan was in flames. Now, Cowan was not living at the home at the time, but had planned to move in the following week. He had purchased the house a few months earlier and had just completing remodeling the entire home. Based on evidence recovered at the scene, police stated that the fire was determined to have been deliberately set and a criminal investigation began. Immediately as part of the investigation, a search warrant was executed on 2 Wilderness Road residences allegedly connected with Witherspoon on March 23rd. Witherspoon will be arraigned in Bell District Court on a date to be determined. The investigation, though, is ongoing, and other agencies up to the federal level may become involved. A traffic stop on Thursday afternoon led to felony drug charges and a significant drug and cash seizure by the Middlesboro Police Department. According to a news release, 45-year-old Frank Meeks of Barberville was arrested for DUI around 5:30. A search revealed several different types of drugs and cash. Officer Barry Cowan arrested Meeks and 52-year-old Rhonda Myrick. They were both charged with first-degree drug trafficking, a controlled substance. Meeks was also charged with DUI, third-degree possession of controlled substance, and possession of marijuana. The release states that over a quarter pound of methamphetamine with a street value of $11,800 was discovered, along with several Xanax pills and a small amount of marijuana. Also, drug trafficking paraphernalia was also seized, along with $10,000 in cash. According to Middlesboro Police Department Chief Jeff Sharp, drug enforcement is one of the department's top priorities. The Middlesboro Police Department encourages community participation in the effort against drugs, and they welcome any information concerning drug traffic, including anonymous tips. Well, be sure you keep it right here on LMU Community TV as we bring you more news right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
This time of year, what do you give? When it's your extra concert, game, or special event tickets to VetTix, you're giving our nation's service members and veterans an amazing experience they'll cherish forever. Plus, you're helping America's heroes de-stress, decompress, and strengthen family bonds. Your gift will do more and mean more than you can imagine. This holiday season, don't just give the experience, give the memory. VetTix. Give something to those who gave. For more information on how you can make a difference right now, go to vettix.org.
Daisy is 6 years old, and she is my very best friend. I couldn't live alone without her. I spend a lot of time in my backyard. I feed the birds and the bees. I love my flowers. The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. I love them. They're my savior. And I look forward to the volunteers because they've all become my friends. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Welcome back. A Lee County Sheriff's deputy is on suspension as he faces assault and battery charges. Sheriff Gary Parsons confirmed that Captain Michael Reynolds is currently suspended with pay. Another employee at the sheriff's office claimed Reynolds assaulted her. Sheriff Parsons said Virginia State Police is currently handling the investigation of the incident. Advanced Spanish students from the J. Frank White Academy will host the inaugural The Mountain Fiesta in Cumberland Gap from 11 o'clock to 4 o'clock this Saturday, April 22nd. According to Spanish instructor Zachary Green, the event is a celebration of the richness and uniqueness of Latin America that will be set in the heart of the Cumberland Gap. The day-long street fair and party will take place in downtown Cumberland Gap around the LMU Convention Center. There will be musical performances, dance lessons, family games, art exhibits, cultural displays, and more. Salsa Knox Dance Company will be performing and demonstrating traditional Latin dances with music performances that will take place all throughout the day. The Harrogate Garden Club will also distribute flowers in honor of Arbor Day. Food vendors representing Cuba, Bolivia, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and more will be on hand, as well as the Gatto's Tacos food truck. In addition to planning the event, the students research traditions and customs of different Latin American countries, including meals, celebrations, games, activities, and more. Admission to the Mountain Fiesta is, of course, free. You can also follow their event page at Facebook. You can go to facebook.com/The Mountain Fiesta at CG for more updates. Well, members of the Claiborne County School Board have spent more hours during special call meetings and regular meetings absorbing 4 individual takes on what the school system can achieve in the next 5 years. It appears the Director of School finalists have similar goals in mind to achieve a brighter technological future for county students, raising the ACT scores and improving student safety, and they all seem to be high on their agenda. As the presentations proceeded, it became clear that each individual shares a certain passion for his or her own vocation and is dedicated to educational excellence and possesses the credentials to excel at the job. The choice could come down to very well being the personality. The 4 finalists include Meredith Arnold, Linda Keck, Dr. Joseph Miller, and Jim Shipley. Now, each candidate has taken approximately 30 minutes to detail individual 5-year plans of action. A question and answer segment has also occurred and directly followed their presentation. Now, the full school board is expected to make its choice for the directorship during its next regular monthly meeting. The meeting will begin at 6 o'clock this Thursday, April 13th at Claiborne High School in New Tazewell, and LMU Community TV News will be there for all the latest updates. Well, be sure you keep it right here as Peyton McDaniel brings you the latest information in the world of sports from right here on campus to around the region. So keep it right here.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really want
smart.
cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have another bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. Yeah, Dad. We're getting so wet.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
One in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Lincoln Memorial Spring Sports were in full swing this weekend with many different teams competing home and away. To kick things off, LMU had one indoor sport competing in postseason play this weekend. LMU men's volleyball traveled to Coker to take part in the Independent Volleyball Association Championship. The Rail Splitters were set to face Coker on Friday and Alderson Broaddus on Saturday. The top 2 teams, determined by record and various tiebreakers, would play for the IVA Championship late Saturday afternoon. On Friday night, the Rail Splitters fell to Coker in 4 sets. Joshua Riblett and Evan Corey combined for 27 kills, but it wasn't enough to equal out their 20 service errors. Riblett tied a match-high 15 kills, along with 5 digs, while Marcus Molina added in 8 kills and 6 blocks. Ryan Iskander led LMU with 40 assists and added in 8 digs. The Rail Splitters had a quick turnaround to play again on Saturday against Alderson Broaddus to stay alive and advance to the championship. However, this game provided a similar fate for the Rail Splitters in a heartbreaking manner. LMU lost the match in 5 games, ending the inaugural 2017 campaign. Evan Corey led the way with 18 kills along with 4 digs and 5 blocks. Josh Riblett added in 15 kills, 7 digs, 2 aces, and 2 blocks. Aside from those 2, no other LMU player broke 4 kills or double-digit digs in the match. The Rail Splitters finished their first ever season with 10 wins and 17 losses. Here at home, we had both baseball and softball out on the diamond. Rail Splitter baseball hosted in-state rival Carson Newman on Saturday and Sunday, picking up a conference sweep. In Game 1, LMU got the bats out early, scoring 1 run in the first, 3 in the second, and another in the third, ultimately winning this one 8-2. Brandon Jean took the mound in Game 1 and delivered his first career 9-inning complete game. He picked up 10 strikeouts and moved to 6-3 on the season. Game 2 saw sophomore lefty Ethan Elliott on the mound, but he was only able to complete a little over 3 innings before Cody Henson came on in relief. Ultimately, Dominic Morabito came away with the win after he came for relief in the 7th. The Rail Splitters went up 2-0 early off of RBIs from Mutah Crusoe and Russell Clark. In the 4th, the Eagles went up 3-2, but the lead was short-lived when Timmy Wages hit a solo home run in the 6th to tie it up at 3. The game stayed tied until Logan Augustine came to the plate to save the day with a walk-off home run to seal the deal on sole possession for 3rd place in the conference. Sunday would bring the final game for the in-conference series and a chance for the Rail Splitters to move into a tie for 1st place. This outcome didn't seem likely when Carson Newman went up 7-0 in the top of the 5th. However, the Rail Splitters rallied to produce 19 unanswered runs to sweep the series. Every LMU starter recorded at least 1 hit in the win, setting a new season high with 21 hits. The scoring rampage was sparked by a Logan Augustine grand slam in the 5th. This was his first career grand slam. Later in the inning, Mutah Crusoe found himself on the board with a 2-run homer to take the final lead over the Eagles. Tyler Adams went 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs in the victory. Dominic Morabito got the start on Sunday afternoon, but Chase Randolph grabbed the win in his 4 innings of relief work. This win makes the Rail Splitters tied for first in the conference with Newberry, who they host in their last home weekend. That series will take place this coming weekend only after a midweek home game against King on Wednesday. LMU softball saw some home conference action this weekend as well. The Lady Rail Splitters hosted the Queens Royals on Saturday for a South Atlantic Conference doubleheader. In Game 1, Brianna Taylor saw a very offensive Queens lineup, giving up 5 hits and 5 earned runs in just over 2 innings of work. Justice Smith came in relief and struck out 7 and only gave up 1 earned run in her 4 innings of work. Allie Jones went 3 for 4 and hit her 4th home run of the season, and Dakota Fraley finished 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and her 5th home run of the season. The pair's offensive attack wasn't quite enough as LMU took the loss 7-4. Game 2 proved to be a bit different in the outcome with the Lady Rail Splitters, taking this one 8-4. Jennifer Moose went 4 for 4, drove in 3, and finished just a triple shy of completing the cycle. Ty Kelly Goins finished 3 for 3 with a home run. Allie Jones and Meredith Johnson both produced home runs in the offensive attack of Game 2. Brianna Taylor redeemed herself in this game by only giving up 6 hits and 2 runs, picking up her 13th win of the season. The Lady Rail Splitters will be back in action on Tuesday when they travel to Carson-Newman for an evening game. Men's and women's lacrosse were both in action this weekend. The women kicked things off on Saturday at home when they hosted Mount St. Joseph for Senior Day. Kennedy Bouchner led the way for LMU as she set the school record of 8 goals in the 19-4 win. With the win, the Lady Rail Splitters moved to 5-8 on the season. Zoe Zervos notched 4 goals and Jasmine Click produced a hat trick with 3 goals. Shannon Novak went the distance in the goal and had 5 saves. Lady Rail Splitter Lacrosse is back in action in their final home game on Wednesday afternoon when they host Lees McRae. Men's lacrosse got into the action on Sunday when they traveled to Mars Hill for a conference matchup. The offense was not lacking for the Rail Splitters in their 11-4 victory, moving to 3-3 in the conference. Adam Galea led for LMU with 5 points, with 4 goals and 1 assist, breaking the program's single-season record for points and goals. He is now ranked 2nd in the South Atlantic Conference in goals with 34. In addition, Kyle Arcuri, Robert Tucker, and Billy Copsey all finished with 2 goals. Joe Medell had a solid outing, saving 9 of the 13 shots on goal. The Rail Splitters will close out their home schedule this coming Saturday when they host the conference-leading Lenore Ryan Bears. Rail Splitter tennis was back at it this weekend when the men and women hosted Newberry. The men managed to stay in 3rd place in the conference with this win, making them 7-2 in conference play and 14-3 overall. These 14 wins are the most by an LMU men's tennis team since the 2012-13 season. LMU swept the doubles flight to take a 3-0 lead. 4 of the 6 singles matches fell in LMU's favor to help them secure the win 7-2. Women's tennis faced the same opponent but not quite the same results. The Lady Rail Splitters fell to Newberry 6-3 on Saturday afternoon. In the singles fight, LMU only picked up 2 wins in the 4 and 6 spots. The Lady Rail Splitters were only able to grab 1 doubles win coming from the 2nd spot. LMU tennis will host Anderson on Tuesday and Lenore Ryan on Thursday. There was also some more volleyball action on Saturday, but this was outside on the sand courts. LMU beach volleyball traveled to Carson-Newman for a single match. The Lady Rail Splitters picked up their 5th win of the season and handed the Eagles their 3rd loss. The flights were played in the order of 5-1, with LMU picking up wins in all spots except the 1 match. Erica Whitaker and Becca Wacab won in the 5 match to pick up their 6th win of the season. In the 4 match, Kayla Kidney and Kaylee Stone got their 1st season win. Kiera Holland and Lindsay Narker won in the number 3, while Abby Cash and Jamie Jenny won in the number 2 match. The only match lost on Saturday was at the number 1, where Sam Cash and Danielle Gedd fell in 3 sets. The Lady Rail Splitters will be back in action this coming weekend in Birmingham at the UAB Blazer Beach Duels. That will do it for the world of sports at LMU today. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Got a quarter?
And that is going to do it for this week's LMU Community TV News. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you again on Thursday. Now, for everyone here at LMU Community TV, I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Have a great week.